Obesity and arthritis. Very often we have seen that obese persons develop arthritis much quicker than healthy persons. In a way, in most cases of obese persons, the region above the hip have a higher body weight compared to leg. And what happens is, because of the low weight and low strength of the legs fail to support the heavy weight, and consequently strain develops in the leg muscles. When muscles become weak, the chances of setting arthritis is quite high. So obese persons develop knee problems much quicker than average persons. And the first advice normally given by physicians is to reduce your weight. And they obey it. In the process for reduction of weight, they do dieting. And if dieting is not done in a regulated, controlled way, deficiencies will set in, and instead of reducing the arthritis pain, you become victims of several diseases. Your nervous system becomes weak, and arthritis sets in other parts of the body also. That is one of the complications. So, how to manage obesity? There are cases where obesity cannot be controlled. The exact reason is still not known, but it is now believed that there are certain hormones present in the brain which stimulates appetite, and people eat voraciously. In fact, obese persons, one can see all the time they are hungry. And there are two types of obesity. One by overeating. Second is total absorption of the body. Even if they eat the lowest calorie diet and very little diet, still it is converted totally to body fat. And that is another problem. So, such cases, dieting is not advisable. We can see many cases, people don't eat much, but they are very fat. There is a biological disorder, excess metabolic activities by which the food is metabolized and deposited as fat. So such cases, we have to have a different treatment for reduction of weight. There are many factors. We can see that the mother or father is very huge, the child also becomes very huge. And even a 10-year-old boy can look a 20 or 25-year-old boy in terms of size and growth. That is oversize. That is hereditary and is very difficult to control it, because several genes are involved in this process. You can control many diseases if it is a single gene oriented. We can tap it. But if several genes are involved in the process, we will not be able to regulate it. Then again, another way is to see that the obesity setting is not an elderly phenomena, as many people think. The obesity starts setting in the child at the age of between 3 to 4. People all wanted happy babies, so they give too much diet, and it's very nice to see a chubby baby, very healthy, but then he is given a lot of nutritive value, food, and this child and chocolates, and then the child goes on eating, and the obesity starts triggered in the younger age. And once it starts for the younger age, it will be very difficult to control it. The child goes on increasing in weight and go unregulated. Most likely, many people realize only at the time when the child reaches 13 or 14 years. Initially, they will not control it. So the obesity sets, obesity grows along with the man and woman, and finally you become an obese person. And at that stage, it will be very difficult to control. And that obesity eventually produces enormous disorders, heart problems, nervous disorders, and ferocious appetite for food, and sleep. They are very fond of sleeping. Sleeping adds further to their misery because you have no physiological activity. As a consequence, you become more and more bulkier. These are the complications. And the weight, when increased to a certain level and beyond supportable level for the legs, your legs become weak. And most of the cases you find the leg either is a fatty deposit or lean leg. And the weight have a direct impact on the joints. Friction develops, the legs fail to support, and most obese people have knee problems. Eventually they find it difficult to walk, and you need a trolley to pull them up and to move from place to place. That's the problem. And there is only one way to contain and manage disease: reduce your weight in a very scientific way and at the right stage and right step. Obesity can be regulated if you try to do it at an early age onwards. At later part of the life, it will be very difficult. Arthritis, heart problems are all corollary. They are eventually the last disease they are going to get and to be consumed. These diseases will consume the whole human being. So, what of arthritis? Obesity should be regulated and controlled to the maximum level possible for the furtherance and survival of the persons.